Like when we don't play that song in a live show, people will like yell at us from the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not that, that song will always have a special place in my heart. Same way with the rest of the guys.
Welcome to the Breaking Alternative Podcast here with the BAP 2020, fresh new video of the year. Got a very special guest today, Soul Kerr right here. He's the second drummer for, that I chop it up with on this channel. Because I had Damien for my first episode. This is episode 3. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Very excited to start this podcast out with my boy. We're over here at his practice spot. It's fucking sick. I don't know if you can see his logo. It's kind of chopped off, but it's good. We got.
It's not the whole thing. It's not the whole thing, but you recognize it if you know me.
Yeah, Anever, Anever. What are the socials for that?
At Anever Band on Instagram, just Anever on Facebook, and then we have a Twitter as well. Though I don't have a Twitter, so I've never actually seen our Twitter. To be honest, but we're mostly active on Instagram. So just follow us there. You'll get all the updates.
Yeah. So I really like this band, Anever. They usually pay it forward a lot, like in ways that you'd see them at shows that aren't theirs. Like they're not just a band that sits at the back. At their set, they actually participate in all shows that they're in and shows that they're not even in. They just go to local shows a lot. So I love seeing these guys like in the scene, and they're just great group of people. Soul in particular, I don't even remember how I met you.
Me neither.
It just kind of happened. It's like I guess maybe I was running sound, or maybe I wasn't even running sound by then. I think. Because I think I knew you guys before I was doing sound.
It's possible. I mean, because we've been going to shows for years, both of us. Yeah. And I don't remember which show it would have been, but I'm sure we just shook hands one night.
Yeah, for sure.
It was like, oh yeah, I'm high bass, I do this. I'm like, oh, I'm Soul, I'm not in a band yet, but.
When did you do Anever? When did you start Anever?
Well, that goes, man, Anever started like 2016, but before that, it was Sky Park.
Sky Park.
Did you ever hear anything about that? Or
is that where the song Black and Blue is from?
Yeah.
Okay, so Black and Blue is my favorite song from Anever because they re-recorded it.
Yeah, we brought it over because it's still our song. We wrote it, but it was under a different name before. Then a couple members left, and we kind of restructured. That's when Brandon Crawford, James McKenna, and then me and Tick Chandra, who's still in Anever now.
Tick. So in Sky Park, it was you four?
Well, no, it was Jake Ward also. It was a 5-piece.
Is he in anything right now?
Yeah, his band is called Watch Me Breathe.
Watch Me Breathe.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I've seen that name on a flyer somewhere.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. It's really poppy. That's the roots he came from, I guess.
Okay.
But you can tell that his roots are still metal. Because he wrote metal with us for a couple years, and then he went over and did Watch Me Breathe, and it's like a happy pop song, and he's singing a chorus, but it's like a metal breakdown kind of structure.
So it's like a softcore.
Yeah, a little bit,
softcore.
A little bit. Yeah, I mean his music is really interesting, but he's actually getting a lot of attention for that. So good for him, all the best. But now Anever is me, Moises Anderson, Jesse Lamb, Getty Franco, Tick Chandra.
Shout out, Getty.
And I said Moises Anderson.
Moises Anderson.
I was like, just in case. I'm not trying to forget that.
Yeah. And sorry if I keep looking down. I just have notes. I wish I could memorize everything. But yeah, dude. So like I said, Black and Blue is one of my favorite songs. La Familia, which recently dropped. Check it out, La Familia on YouTube. Just dropped like not even a week ago.
It was about that. We put it out on Beheading the Traitor on their YouTube channel, so that's where most of the attention's going. It's on our channel as well, but yeah, go ahead and peek that shit. Let us know what you think.
So how, like, for people that are in bands that they want to get a music video out, like why did you choose Beheading the Traitors as opposed to just self-release or or even through a different media outlet?
Yeah, I mean, I think the importance of going through a platform in general is that, I mean, social media is its own game. you know. So I guess you would include YouTube and social media.
Right.
We're working on building our own social media platform, but right now it's not at the level where we could release something on an international scale and have it really, get where it needs to. So the Beheading the Traitor has a big following, and they drop videos all the time. They all get attention. I think ours is up to like 2,500 views so far.
Okay.
So it's getting up there. It's a great way to drop it because we're seeing the streams go up on Spotify as well. But in general, I think Beheading the Traitor right now, they have a lot of attention. A couple years ago, I think Chugcore would have been the one to go to. They're a little bit
Chugcore,
yeah. They're they still have good following, but at the same time, we felt that Beheading the Traitor would support a song like ours, better in this case.
Right.
Chugcore's about deathcore, beat down shit like that. We're not quite in that direction,
So, how would you describe like your band's sound to someone who hasn't listened to it yet?
Oh, that's a tough one. I would say our band's sound. We've been talking to our friends about our new music a lot, and they've actually brought up the term new metalcore. A couple times. So I guess I've heard that you fuck with Dealer.
Dealer Sick.
Yeah, like
Sick.
Adrian's new band from Alpha Wolf. I've been told that's a pretty good definition of new metalcore. I don't think we sound too much like them, at least not right now.
No, yeah, it's definitely. I feel like you guys have your own sound. I think that's why you guys are having the traction that you guys have.
Well, thank you.
From what I've been seeing. So.
Yeah, it's not easy to decide exactly what our music sounds like because we really just write music for ourselves. I think there's a certain awareness of the people around you that a musician has to have to write music that ends up being relevant. So we know how to write music that'll apply to people's situations, like that's relatable.
Right.
But at the same time, we write music in our own way and just trust that we can write our own stuff, in our own way that people will still fuck with it because there's relatable content in it, the lyrics mostly.
Right.
Stuff like that.
For sure.
So I guess it's working,
All right, yeah. I'm gonna take it a few steps back, and I was curious, like, I'm always curious about how people find their way to the local scene because me, for example, like, when I found out about metal, like the first like metalcore band or metal band that I really got into, like, in post 2005 is like the group Alisana, and after them, it's just bigger bands, just big bands, ADTR, Alisana, fucking Chelsea Grin, fucking Bring Me the Horizon. So like I always wanted those big ass shows, but then I had a friend in 2013 take me to my first local show. So I'm just curious.
Oh, there you go.
On your side, like how did your introduction to the local scene begin?
I don't think I was involved in it at all until I started a band.
Okay.
Like that was after high school for me. I graduated high school in 2014, and then this little pop punk project that I had called January Survivor kind of turned into a metal project.
Oh.
It started off as Demise, and then after Demise, that was Sky Park, then it's Anever.
How did it start?
It was Demise, and we spelled Demise with a Z because we thought we were hella cool.
Fucking edgy, dog. So Demise. After that, what was it?
Then it was Sky Park.
Sky Park.
And that was because Jake Ward, again, the street he lives on is Sky Park Drive in Scotts Valley.
It sounds like a sick ass name anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of worked, we figured, we were thinking about Parkway Drive at the time. Because they did the same thing.
Oh, that's right.
Parkway. They lived on that street, right? So, I mean, that was our idea. It's like, it's our roots, where we're from. But, Anever has its own meaning. Because we're at a point where we don't want to change the name again. It's got its own definition that's not attached to a specific member. Once Jake left the band, it's like, we're not from there anymore.
Right, yeah, we're not from Sky Park.
Right.
I get you.
Exactly. 'Cause I'm all the way out here in Morgan Hill.
Shout out Morgan Hill.
Small place, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, all right. So, when did you start playing drums? Like, was it in high school, or was it when you, like, decided to join a band?
Oh, no. That was, I was 10 years old, actually, when I started playing drums. It was my mom's idea originally. Shout out my mom. Because I was one of those kids that my teachers would hate me because I'd be tapping on my desk. You remember, it was probably in middle school when you had a desk that had like a little cubby right underneath it.
Yeah, okay.
I was always in there, so like tapping with my fingers. So I guess as a little kid, I didn't realize how much that echoes.
Right.
Inside the desk, there was resonance, and the teacher was like, "Stop beating!" This one history teacher would tell me to stop beating.
Stop beating.
Like stop beating under your desk, which sounds hella weird. But yeah, no. So she decided to try and channel that energy and set me up with this dude that I would end up being a student of for about 12 years. His name's Kurt Berkland.
Kurt Berkland.
Yeah,
he's a drum teacher.
Yeah, he also does, he does session work for, live plays and stuff like that, theatrical stuff. But he also, he's a marching band instructor at Sobrato, I think.
What the fuck? At Sobrato?
Yeah, marching band instructor. He recently went to Disneyland with all of it, with his, his kids.
That's sick. What the hell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know that about him until later on, but, because I was going to the music tree just to spend half an hour a week with him.
And where's the music tree at? Is that still alive?
No, it closed down. It's downtown Morgan Hill. It was a little music store. I actually worked there for a little while later on. But this guy named Darren owned the store. He's now the owner of the District Theater.
What the fuck?
He's a venue owner. So he pretty much... when the music tree was dying off, he transitioned right into that. He bought
into buying a venue.
He reopened it because it used to be called Nine Lives.
Really? Okay.
Something like that. And then there was one other name, but now it's called the District Theater, and we just played there recently. So me and Darren are still fucking with each other.
For sure. That's what's up, dude. Keeping those ties together, not burning any bridges that helped you get to where you are.
Absolutely.
If you were to pick like any other instrument, like let's say your mom wasn't an influence into picking up the drums, like do you think you'd ever pick up an instrument, or what would you think you'd be taking up right now?
I don't know what I'd be doing now if it wasn't music. Because I have a job and shit. Like I got my regular adult responsibilities, but in terms of music, if I was to start another instrument, like I tried to learn guitar with my dad for a little bit, but maybe I was just too young to stick with it till I actually figured out how to play.
Okay.
But, looking at it now, since, in my opinion, being on stage is the real rush, as opposed to, I love music. Music is obviously a rock for me, but being on stage is, like, what I'm passionate about. So, I would love to try being a frontman.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick.
Like, yeah, if I develop vocals one of these days, doing vocals for a band would be tight. And but also since I naturally gravitate towards rhythm-based instruments, I'd probably fuck with bass also.
Bass guitar.
Yeah. That's
take Tick's job.
Dude, him and I could just switch for a show.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Tick, start practicing.
Start practicing, dog. We got another X-Bar show. Let's go.
Yes, another X-Bar show. I love the X-Bar.
Shout out X-Bar.
Mm-hmm.
One of the few places nowadays, that you could play to an all ages crowd.
Yeah, all ages is one big thing. Also, I think, it's one of the most consistent venues. So we can, if bands are talking shit about the X-Bar, it's because they're sick of playing there. But the way I see it, it's like,
it's there or where.
Exactly, there or where. Like, what, you got a house, maybe we could throw a show, but no, like the X-Bar always delivers. So like, even if it's not a new experience anymore, I think it's a seriously important thing for the Bay Area scene in particular.
I'm glad you brought that up because I never thought of it well, I knew it was consistent, but that's one of the oversights of like always being there all the time. Mm-hmm. It's like you kind of take it for granted. So I'm like, just the consistency, like week by week, there's like a different show. It might not be the same thing, but it's like it's a week by week thing, and music's gonna happen there regardless. So.
Considering the serious shortage of venues in this area, dude.
If you have money to open a venue,
ridiculous.
Venue. All ages, please. we need it.
Please.
So many good bands that deserve to play in more than one city, Mm-hmm. All right, I kind of want to get back more to your band. So like, how do you promote your band? Like, what you say you use Instagram a lot. Like, are most of your followers and new fans coming through Instagram, or like, do you think like seeing the like count on Facebook, like seeing the number kind of add up, you're like, oh, okay, cool, like that's, how do you find like the fine ground of like how do you push your band to get new fans, get those new fans, check out your music, and from that to get them into like hopefully like you playing in front of them?
Well, Facebook is tough, like always. So we don't. I mean, we'll post the same stuff to Facebook, but it'll always get a lot less attention. I would say the main one is definitely Instagram. Currently, Moy is handling the Instagram. He does all of that.
Okay.
All the posting you see, that's him. We post now more often because, like I said, we have a 12-track album that's basically done. We maybe like 2-3 studio sessions left, and then there is a music video we just dropped. We're going to be shooting another one next week. So then Solo has been out since March. We were lagging after that, but new music and stuff is mostly we're following the attention that the Instagram posts get.
Okay.
We'll run sponsored ads. We just drop like $50 on an ad for the La Familia video. And then it's really important to provide links in the descriptions that send people to your other platforms. So we were linking the Beheading the Traitor video, because they dropped it on there, sending people over that way, getting more videos to the video. It's kind of about like knowing how to direct people.
Right. To making it like oh, there's a link right there. I can click it, and it's like, oh, cool, they dropped a new music video. It's on YouTube, and it's still on Instagram, and I keep scrolling.
Right, because you can upload like up to like a minute or something on Instagram, but I mean, you want to make sure that people can easily get to where you want them to get, because I'm not even it's lazy, of course, but people have short attention spans when they're scrolling. Yeah, that's a mindless thing to do.
Honestly, yeah, I scroll past. I don't know how many fucking posts a day,
Yeah, so what you do, like when you want to direct them to something else, like people always put link in bio, so they just click on your profile and then your bio link right there.
Yep.
And it takes them to where you got to make it as easy as possible for people to check it out, because it really is just about getting them to listen to it the first time. And then if you catch them, if they notice Anever, they're like, oh, okay, now I'm going to take the time to see what this is about. But if you haven't caught them yet, it's much harder. So you got to make sure that you bring people in and make a good impression.
I'm going to backtrack a little bit. You said you spent like $50 on ads. Like, do you think like spending money for advertisements on Instagram, do you think you've seen a return on that $50? You think it was obviously it's an investment that you have to get to reach a new audience. Like, is that like, you think it kind of works?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, because, let me see. So I just pulled up the ad. Right now, we posted it 3 days ago. It's at 2,154 views. It's got, I just liked it. It's 169 likes and, like 13 comments. So in 3 days, that is a pretty good return. And I think because people do scroll so often, right, that it's really about putting it in front of the right people. So geo filters. Right. You set it up on Instagram to show up in people's feeds who live in certain counties, and that makes it a lot easier, because especially if you just had a show in a certain place, you'll say, on the Instagram post that you're in Gilroy, California, in San Jose, California, and people from that city who may have gone to the show are more likely to see it. So it's about again, directing it towards the right crowd. And right now we're focusing on, a lot of Bay Area stuff because that's where we're from. But, yeah, oh, absolutely. The Bay Area till I die. But we do similar when we're on tour or about to go on tour, a lot of geotagging. Okay. If we sponsor a post, we post a tour flyer, we'll tag every city that we're hitting. And then we'll sponsor it so it gets into their feeds.
I didn't know. That's what's up.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So that's how you pre-plan a tour then, right? Like, you would geo-filter advertisements in certain locations?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
That it makes it a lot easier because, especially at our level, we go on tour for a week or two at a time. Right. They're on the shorter side, so you want to make sure that you're not wasting time pumping your advertisements into people's advertisements, people's feeds in like Florida if you're playing on the West Coast. So, right. You set all that up as you're going through the sponsorship, you fill it out and then you submit it and they approve it eventually. Okay. That's very important though, geo filters.
Geofilters. That's something new I learned right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit, dude, I didn't know. Yeah, because I know you guys went on a 2-week tour like last year, like maybe it was like summer when you guys went to like Vegas.
You guys heard about that, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know how much you heard.
Tick told me a few stories.
Oh man, we could spend 10 minutes right now just going in on that trip. But yeah, we've been on 3 tours and only one of them was 2 weeks, so that was that one. That was 2 weeks. Then the next one was a week or like 8 days. One after that was like 9 days. But we went to Vegas for. We stayed in a hotel room for 2 days because Tick's parents have a timeshare.
Okay.
And we stayed in this World Mark that's like maybe 5-minute drive from the Strip. I don't know if you want to go into that right now, but because I can just start rambling. This is, I mean, I can't say everything. I'll just tell you
what
that
happens
right now.
in Vegas? You know,
Yeah, of course. I mean, like we, the first day we just spent hanging out in the room. You know, we did a lot of drinking, and we went to this gas station like up the street. Like we just gotta get some beer, right? And then we were inside of the gas station, and we saw this 24-pack of Corona. And so we're like, okay, first of all, I've never seen a 24-pack in a gas station.
In a gas station?
So,
what the fuck?
So like, it gets better. There's a twist here. We take it back. We start drinking, but like we all take them out of the pack. We pull it out, and like my fist covers the whole neck of this Corona.
Oh, Corona. You gotta.
Yeah,
oh,
dude. We were at the side. We're like, eat the. Oh shit. So those were like 3 cents each. We killed those. We killed them like we would have killed a 12-pack, basically. But no,
fuck,
we got back to the room. We're like, I guess we got a 12-pack. You know, that's like 12.
You're like, dude, this is a deal for a 24-pack. What the fuck?
We're like, why is this so cheap too? Maybe it's because it's in a gas station. No, dude. It's like that was a 24 half beers.
24 half.
Yeah, that was the first day.
Shout out Coronitas, dog.
Absolutely, dude. I mean, like, the quick hitters. We went out on the Strip both nights. First night it was just me and Tick and I think Adonis, our photographer, went with us that night. I can't remember because I was drunk, like really drunk.
Full disclosure.
But yeah, the second night we all went out. The first night I think we were just we were partying all day, so that some of the guys wanted to stay back. But after that, we had to drive. I can't remember to which city, but it was so quiet in the van. when we left Vegas, we're all so hungover, just kind of sitting in the back. It was one of those. We haven't hit Vegas like that ever. Just with the boys, we had 2 days off because there just happened to be a couple of days off in a row on that tour.
Like the routing of it was just a little weird.
Yeah, for the most part, the routing was good. There was just a break in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, okay, the break in the middle. Mm-hmm. For sure. Did you think, for your first, like you say, you've done a few 1-week tours and just that 1 2-week tour?
Yeah.
Like at your level, where it's like you're not like fucking fucking a day to remember. But you're not just like a band starting their first week, Mm-hmm. Would you find that those tours were profitable, or like in the sense that you gained new fans in new areas, or monetary wise, however?
Well, I mean, it's we found at this point they are profitable. It's because we get guarantees for coming through, and so that's pretty much the money that we make besides our own merch sales. So we keep track of the merch we sell. So it fluctuates depending on how new the merch is we have, or obviously how good the design is, if it catches people's eye.
Yeah.
So lately we've been selling a lot of merch because we've been coming out with limited edition designs. So we did a red long sleeve with a white skull and snake on the front.
Which I got. It's fucking sick.
Yeah. Oh, you got that one?
Yeah, I got that one.
You were one of the lucky 25.
Oh, you guys only did 25?
25, that's it.
What the hell?
So,
okay.
That's the thing. We were testing that design. So, we went this last tour. That was the most recent one with, our boys in Preacher were on like half of the run, but they couldn't do
Shout out
thing.
fucking Preachers. They're sick as fuck.
Reno,
Nevada.
We played with them at...
Preachers are sick.
Yeah, Dead Ringer. Dude, Dead Ringer is... It sounds like it's like their venue. Like this, they make it sound like they opened it or they just know people.
I'm pretty sure Reno's just so small. I'm pretty sure they're all involved with some sort of thing there, you know?
Yeah, it's a close knit community. We partied in Reno this last tour too. That was a fun night. Just walking through the casinos and shit, drinking. That was fun.
Who did you tour with on a 2-week tour? You said it
that was Gigantes. The 2-week tour was the first one.
Or Gigantes?
That's actually Gigantes.
Gigantes.
The whiter the better.
Is it? The whiter the better.
Dude.
Are those guys still alive?
No. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
No.
He got this?
Yeah, our boy Ignacio, the vocalist, he's in the army now.
Oh, what the fuck?
And he just got engaged too.
Oh,
he popped the question. And
wow.
I mean, you gotta guess. Okay.
All army dudes just fucking meet a girl for a week and like fucking propose. No, I don't know. If
how do you get your man to propose to you? Like you date a dude in the army.
Date a dude in the army and
they gotta lock you up while they're away.
How do you get a Dodge Charger? I date a dude in the army.
Date a dude. I see more girls than anything driving Chargers.
Really?
Yeah, I do. And I mean, I drive a Charger. So it kind of pissed me off at first. I was like, is this a chick car? I don't know.
I see a lot of army dudes in Chargers, like both dudes, yeah.
Huh. I mean, it's one or the other. I also saw like a knockoff DJ Khaled driving one that looks exactly like mine too.
What the fuck? What do you mean knockoff DJ? Because the one with the stargazers on the top?
No. Like DJ Khaled looked like he was driving the car.
Oh, DJ Khaled.
But it was like the Walmart version of DJ Khaled.
Walmart DJ Khaled.
He was wearing a fur coat that looked like it came out of TJ Maxx.
Oh my god. Shout out TJ Maxx. Fucking fur coats for fucking dirt nasty cheap.
You find, I mean, you never know what you're going to come up on in there. It's just, that, and he had the glasses on. He's just like this fat dude.
Yeah.
He's wearing a chain, and he's wearing a Charger that looked exactly like mine. That's the reason I saw him, is because I had to drive up next to him. I was like, who the fuck is this? He's driving a white Charger with black racing stripes and a blacked out spoiler.
You just saw your car like, I'm gonna do that.
We just looked at each other and I was like, shit. And it kept going.
You probably thought you're like, the fuck's Vanilla Ice driving?
So he's telling stories about Vanilla Ice. I'm telling stories about knockoff DJ Khaled. And I was just on my way to work one day.
Bro, you know how Vanilla Ice has like the real estate thing?
No. What's that about?
Or not he flips houses.
Oh.
Yeah, so he buys shitty houses, he renovates it and like sells them.
Oh, flips them.
Yeah, he flips them. So when you came out of your house and like right outside, you low-key looked like Vanilla Ice, like about to do the intro, like, yo, what's up, we're about to flip this house,
It's like Pimp My Ride type shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
You coming out? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to my crib. MTV Cribs 2. I missed that show.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up in a little bit. There's a Niners game going on right now.
It started 3 minutes ago. I just checked.
Fuck. Okay. Well, this is gonna be speed round right here. What's like the next steps for your band, dude?
Well, next steps. Like I said, we're shooting another music video next week. It's gonna be for another new song.
Is it a party music video? People can show up or what?
Not this one.
Not this one.
Not this one. The last one, it was like. I mean, it was like open invite. You just
show up,
we had a party. You should have showed up to the first one. This next one is just performance shots.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very scenic. We're gonna be like probably a little dressed up, like a different vibe. It's gonna be polar opposite to the last one, but we'll probably do a third one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the album's 12 tracks long. We got 2, maybe 3 studio sessions left to wrap that up at Rapture Recordings with Cody Fuentes.
Shout out Cody Fuentes.
Big shout out.
I want to get that fool to sit with me and do one of these.
Oh yeah, dude. Just good luck finding 30 minutes.
Good luck.
In his schedule.
I know. I have to pay him off. Like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, no. Hey, the clout will pay off though.
Hey,
you get views on that one.
Hey. I'm views with this one. What you mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna help you promote this through the Anever page and everything.
Shout out Anever.
Oh yeah. Anever band on Instagram, like we talked about.
On Instagram, yep.
Yeah. So the album's almost done. The music videos are being worked on, and then after that, we're gonna be working on tours, coming out with new merch. Oh, actually, speaking of the red long sleeve that you guys missed, most of you, with the white design, we're going to be reprinting that very soon.
On a red shirt?
It's not going to be the same thing though. It's going to be black hoodies with the same design in red.
Okay.
The red
for sure.
skull and snake on the front. It says "Common Enemy" on the
I
sleeve.
love that print on the side.
Yeah, I like kind of old English, like the Emir flag I got up there.
Shout out Amir.
A little bit.
Josh Travis, what's up?
Josh Travis, Josh Miller, all of them, dude.
Oh,
Frankie
yeah,
Paul
Josh
Murray,
Miller.
my boy. Hell, no, he's not my boy. I don't know him.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I wish he was. No, I'm playing. Okay, yeah. So we're about to hit you guys with a bunch of shit in 2020, and I hope you're ready.
Can you give us any leaks on like what the album's gonna be about, or like what are you guys gonna keep doing like the same thing, or is it like you guys taking it to a different like level? Like you said, new metalcore. You said what was it?
New metal, so like NU, you know, like new metal core. So I mean, we have a lot of different vibes. So like we're dipping into hardcore now. We still got the metalcore roots. I would say that we're, you know, even a little bit of post-hardcore with some stuff because Getty came in and started writing some seriously cool stuff.
Getty is a fucking
That's gonna
amazing
be-
songwriter. He's like a super talented musician. Like I seen him post guitar videos and like I looked at my guitars and I was ashamed of myself. I'm like, I can't play like this motherfucker.
He's got his own YouTube channel. Like he was active before he was in a band with us. He was just a solo artist. He did a cover of Mistakes Like Fractures, that new Knock Loose song.
Yeah, the vocal cover, right?
It was a full band cover, bro.
It was a full band. Fuck.
Well, actually, not drums. It was like vocals and guitar, and I think he tracked the bass, but he wasn't on camera doing that.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck. This dude's a multi-talented, like, fucking phenomenon. He's hella cool. Really nice guy. He's good looking. I think he's single, right?
Not anymore.
Oh, he's not single anymore.
He's seen
ladies.
somebody.
He's
Sorry,
seen
ladies.
someone, yeah.
But
Keep your hopes up, though. Who knows? You know.
yeah, but yeah.
Watch out for me. I'm next in line.
Hell yeah! It's only a matter of time now.
Fucking. What are your personal goals for like whether it be like kind of like developing Anever or kind of like maybe like you know if you want to start a new project maybe you know 2 years down the line. Like, what are you looking at?
Well, I mean, with the amount of I don't know, the amount of different sounds that we already dip into with Anever, I don't see myself needing to branch off into another one. I've had offers to join other bands, but I mean, I'm trying to make sure that I see Anever all the way through. Mm-hmm. If we do a side project, it'll just be a studio band. You know, it'll be like me and a friend that decide to release maybe a 3-track EP. That's just a different sound to, because you know Moy does this a lot. He fills in for other bands and he learns through playing with them because they play other styles. Mm-hmm. He's been playing with Aspen Way, you know, a couple times. We're just trying to learn from everybody we can. So side projects are not out of the question. Just like, you know, it wouldn't be anything that I would do public or tour with or anything like that. It would just be my name and a studio project.
For sure.
Personal goals: push the follower counts. Release the 12-track album and make sure that it reaches its potential. Okay. Because it's the first full length. The last 2 releases we did were 7 tracks each. Okay. So first full length, we got to make sure that we're trying to find our seat at the table. Essentially, you know, we want to get up to the big leagues and figure out, you know, how to do that. So we think this album is a big step, and just you know, grind as hard as possible.
What's the ETA on the new album? Do you think you have a timeline on that?
I would say probably March.
March. That's
probably
soon.
like yeah, because I would say we'd probably want at the very most a month for the promotion cycle. Okay. So we have 2 sessions at Rapture on the 29th and 30th of this month, and then after that we'll decide whether or not we need one more session. We need like a post-pro, you know, adding different effects, putting final touches because we really don't want to rush the last few sessions. Okay. But I see the album most likely being done at the end of January or like sometime in February, and then that gives us March to promote it and drop it. So, you know, spring, pretty much. Spring. Yeah, so it's not that far away. I know we've been talking about new music coming for a long time, but we finally dropped something. Yep. The album is coming, I promise. Yeah, new song La Familia on YouTube, check it out. It's one of my favorite tracks next to I guess that super old song from Sky Park, Black and Blue. Yeah. Was that re-recorded, the one on Apple Music, or is it the same version? So that one was on the Comfort and Agony EP now, right? Oh, that's right. It wasn't Comfort and Agony. No, so it was Comfort and Agony. So that's the record that is currently current, I guess, because we haven't dropped the new album yet. Comfort and Agony is a sick EP. You guys should check it out. It's one of it's a good like from start to finish EP. You can listen to it front to back.
no issues. It's a great flow to that EP.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's we still play "Comfort and Agony," the title track off that record, and "Kingdom Nothing" sometimes. You know, "Black and Blue" and "End of the Road" are both very old songs from Sky Park, but we brought them forward because the local fan base seems to still appreciate them. But
the local fan base really loves that one song. You guys don't want to play no more?
Hush Hush? No. Dead to Me.
Dead to Me.
The one from the self-titled EP, dude. Like when we don't play that song at a live show, people will like yell at us from the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not that, you know, that song will always have a special place in my heart. Same way with the rest of the guys. We have just been playing that song as like the #1 anticipated performance, you know, like for the last 2 years. And we're just like, dude, we need to top it somehow. So we're trying to kind of phase it out. We might bring it back once or twice, you know, in the future. Or maybe even remaster it if people still want it that bad, you know.
I think a remaster would be sick, actually.
I think we've talked about that. Like, you know, don't get any ideas because we're not doing anything like that right now. But if Dead to Me continues to be requested and people still keep going back to that self-titled and that song, then we might just have to put it back out again with, you know, the flavor of the new guitarists. You know, Getty and Jesse will fuck with that song, dude. Hell, like, I think it'll turn out really well.
What's your other guitarist name?
So Getty is the one you know, and then Jesse. Jesse Lamb. Yeah, he used to be in a band with Tick, actually.
Was he really?
Yeah, so they were in a band called, I think it was Valkyrie Kiss. It was like a K-pop band.
What the fuck?
Yeah, back they were both wearing
Tick
they were
K-pop
they were both wearing guyliner and shit.
I didn't wear guyliner. Like if I was like in a black metal band.
Yeah, they were hella you know, emo. They were both hella emo. Like they still have those roots. Nothing wrong with that. Of course, you know that's a lot of our friends too. But he suggested that we bring Jesse in after, you know, we happen to, you know, be put in the place where we need a new guitarist. So he's like, hey, dude, let's just audition Jesse. And we played with him like for 1 hour. It was just a quick jam session. He showed up and we were like, all right, so, you know, first jam session, no problem if you don't have everything down. What song would you want to start off jamming? He's like, oh, dude, any of them. Like he had learned everything we put out.
What the fuck? That's sick, dude.
I was like, dude, he was just like, take your pick. Well, I'll jam anything. And he nailed everything. So we're like, why didn't we just, yes, you're in the band, you know?
What's up,
No, yeah, we're very happy with all of the people associated with the band now.
I think I talked to Jesse just once, and that was like at the last X-Bar show. Because, you know, I do like the sound for you guys, and I think it was just briefly I talked with Jesse. So, like, I know everyone really well except for him. So, hopefully I could change that relationship with Jesse because everyone at Anever is just such a good person.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah. I guess one of the last things for you is, like, I just saw you got an endorsement. You want to tell the people what your endorsement is?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm probably actually supposed to. Yeah. So it's Collision Drumsticks. It's a drumstick brand. Hold up 1 second.
Hold up 1 second. Don't you fucking move.
Here they are. Ooh. Way back here. Here you go.
I should have told you to get those right here. I almost forgot.
That's all good. So Collision Drumsticks. These feel really good to play. This is the 5B-R range. So if you're familiar with Vic Firth and how they do, here you go, how they do the Extreme 5B. It's a 5B, but it's just got a little bit of extra length to it. That's what the 5B-R is. R stands for range, or sorry, reach.
Reach.
So, you know, they got a lot of throw to them. They feel almost like the Vader Power 5B, but they're not as chunky because the Vader ones were always hella heavy to me. You know, like almost like, you know, marching drumsticks. These are super solid, good for live applications because you know, smash everything pretty hard. But yeah, so I got endorsed. There, if you guys want, if any drummers are watching this right now, hope there's a couple, then you guys can easily apply. The Carlton, the CEO of the company, he called me personally and did the onboarding call, and he gets to know all of his artists, and this guy is, you know, he's super cool, and they're the best-selling drumstick manufacturer in the UK. So they're trying to bring in more US artists, and they recently just announced me. So there are, you know, it's actually kind of funny. Now I'm on the approach level, which is like the middle tier. There's 3 tiers for endorsements. They have Cruise, then Approach, and then Impact. Impact is the highest level of artist, but it's like, think of Collision.
Right.
Cruise, Impact.
Oh, okay.
Cruise, Approach, Impact. So
Okay.
I'm in the middle, but like pretty much any one of you guys could get on with these guys if you want, and they're a great company.
So they're open to endorsements right now, they're enrolling endorsees.
Absolutely. I mean, if you guys go to my Instagram, there's a post where I announced, or I shouted out the fact that they just announced me as an artist, and I have a link in, I think, my bio to my artist profile, and they do that for every artist. They'll just do a little blurb about you. You'll send in an artist spotlight. I send in a video of me playing, and it's a super cool way to work with people in other parts of the world. They're all the way in the UK. So, in terms of branching out, I thought it was a great idea. And last thing, I should mention this, these are customizable. You can print like your band's logo on here or your name. That's a super cool thing that they do. You just go to the website and you customize your own stick. You can get shit printed on them. So that was one thing that really caught me about them.
One thing, shout out your Instagram again, just for the people that can go to the bio. Yeah.
It's mass_percussion. So like mass destruction, MASS_percussion.
Percussion.
On Instagram.
Well, yeah, I like the sticks. I'm not a drummer. I just felt them right now. They didn't feel like they were too heavy. So, Collision drums. Let's just get into just real quick, like endorsements for any kind. Like I'm familiar that there's tiers for endorsements, but can you break down what a tier is for like someone that doesn't know, like, or someone that's just barely trying to get into like an endorsement or wants to learn about it?
Yeah. So I actually applied for the cruise level because I've never been endorsed, and what I actually recently found out myself is that they will gauge your reach as an artist. I guess how much attention you have online, how much publicity is being thrown around about you. So they looked at Anever's page and they contacted me. They're like, no, we'd actually like to move you up to Approach because I guess I have that platform to where I can advertise on a slightly larger level, larger than Cruise anyway. But you can apply for any level and you can move up. But they gauge the artist based on how big of a band they're in, how well known they are. So Anever's kind of getting out there now, so I guess I reached Approach. But in general, they will give you a bigger artist discount the bigger artist you are. So just work your way up the ladder, and the company will throw you more bones like that.
For sure. Are you able to break down like what your deal is, or is that like disclosed?
It's not. It's the information on their website. The cruise level gets 10%. I get 20%, and I haven't looked, but I'm guessing Impact is just a 30% discount. Okay. Which does help because these sticks are priced in euros.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Is shipping euro as well? Like.
I think so. So I'm just gonna have to order in bulk. I'm about to order like 5 pairs, but I paid like, even with the discount, like 13, 14 American, USD.
Okay. Is that like kind of like around the same ballpark as what you said the Vic Firth?
Vic Firth is normally like 11 or 12.
Okay, so it's like around the same ballpark, but these are higher quality though, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not only playing on these because this is still the only pair I have, and I don't want to chop them up too bad until I get a backup,
Right.
But as far as I can tell, they're very, very durable. I've used these at a couple of shows. They're just a little chopped up, but they don't look too bad. They're super thick, and they seem to be durable, which is a big thing for especially a metal drummer.
All right, cool. Well, shit. Thanks, bro. Fucking Soul, you're fucking elaborated a lot of things, and I really appreciate that. And shout out all the viewers checking this out. The way I want to close this out today is basically, I just want to shout out everyone making contributions to the Australian fire. I think like 3/4 of the fucking continent's on fire, and contributions are I'm very sure helping out the people that are doing something about it. Because obviously we can't all go out there and put in our own 2 hands. So whoever's doing contributions, even last night there was a band that put out a jar for Australian contributions as well, and it's fucking awesome seeing that in music. Fit for an Autopsy did they sell all their old merch, and I think it was like over $6,000 they raised, and they sent that out. I don't know of any particular like foundations or anything, but I'm pretty sure the information's out there. I'll probably find a link and put it in my description.
Shout out the metal community in general for donating to this. Parkway Drive just donated $50,000.
50 grand?
$50,000.
That's
yeah.
fucking sick.
It's, I mean, the metal community is sticking up for the rest of the world in the way that a lot of people are not.
People that have the potential to change things in climate are not taking that responsibility, and it's up to people that that have that brain or half the brain that make that contribution or that do donate their time or even just spread the word out if they can't contribute. You're doing a lot more than what half the politicians are doing out there. But when you want to catch Anever, when's the next show, bro?
Next show is February 1st at the Honey Hive, actually, which is in San Francisco. We are playing there for the first time in I don't know how long, probably over a year. So if you're in San Francisco, come check us out.
If you've never been to the Honey Hive either, it's a very intimate setting and probably the best experiences for any live band that you'll see, and especially at the level that Anever's at, it's just gonna make it that much more special. I saw Wolf King there when they were still like blowing up, and man, just the intimacy in that room. I think that was my favorite Wolf King performance I've seen.
Super cool venue. Yeah.
Shout out Wolf King. If you guys don't know Wolf King, they're what would they consider, like black and hardcore? That's what they
black
call
and
it.
hardcore is what I've heard. Yeah.
But I don't know. There's something else. They're sick. Just check them out. But yeah. And then this weekend on Sunday is Damien's birthday show. Damien's the guest I had on the channel.
All right.
And his birthday is on. I don't think it's the 19th. I think it's the 20th. But he's doing a birthday show on the 19th. Come check that out. It's gonna be a bunch of metal bands at the X Bar in the Cupertino, and I'll do my best to be there. So yeah, thank you guys for checking in to the Breaking Alternative podcast here with that BAP. Gave it to you. Yeah, y'all have a good day. Any closing statements, bro?
Anever's coming in 2020. Be ready.
Be ready. All right. We done, so let's go to the game. Let's go.
Hell yeah.